Hi, dirt fans. We're back here. That's right. Here live tonight, Limaland Motorsports Park, and man, we got a treat for you here at the VLR Midnight Madness dirt tracking it here tonight. Boy, these guys, well, they jumped out of the 360s. They've jumped out of the super late models. They've jumped out of the UMPs, but they have went old school tonight. That's right. You might as well say these are stock cars out here on the dirt, because that's what they look like. Street stocks, dirt track racing here at Limaland, and we're about to sit and have ourselves a ball here, because we have got some of the best that iRacing and the virtual world here has to offer tonight, live from the VLR and OSRN network, bringing this thing here to you, YouTube, Twitch, and on the VLR, Team VLR Facebook Live side. So join in, midnight fans, vampires of all ages. Check it out, man. You've got the bandit car out there. As right now we're in the middle of practice. These guys are just kind of gearing it up a little bit here to get set and rumble. So I'm going to let y'all sit back and listen to the sights and sounds. You got any favorite people out there? And well, it looks like, though, man, I am accompanied up here. Real quick, what's going on, David? How you doing?
Oh, boy, I was caught up watching something. I came a little bit late, but we got to log in here still.
Yeah, I was just going to sit here and let these fans, viewers, 6 minutes, listen to the sights and sounds. I mean, I was telling them, I was like, tonight we got a good treat for them here. These guys, well, they're coming out of the seat of the sprint cars. They're coming out of the super late models, the UMPs, and taking it back old school and stock cars, basically street stocks out here on the dirt track. So pretty much you can say we're going to see some rubbing and racing tonight. Still there, David? Well, we'll let David get situated. He came in a little bit late, but he's going to be up here with me tonight. And everybody that don't know who David is, it's David Halliman. I mean, that's the Hallamaniacs. I mean, come on. The man is world known, worldwide on the dirt tracks here of iRacing.
Yeah, I got you. 10-4.
He got that, don't he? He's like, yeah. When you talking about me being famous, I got
over
you.
here blushing and
Yeah, there we go. I tell you what. Well, you know, it's going to be interesting. I mean, this is a little bit different. We don't see many of the street stocks run on dirt. I've seen some of the legend cars and whatnot run, but tell us a little bit of the difference between what we're going to see in a street stock as opposed to maybe like a super late model or something.
Well, they're very, especially after the update they did to them about 2 seasons ago, I think it was. They're very underpowered, and they're like a 305 or how a limited late model will race now. So it's very, I don't want to say easy to drive, but if you make a mistake, it'll cost you big time, because if especially I was doing a practice race again before this, testing out what the track was doing, and it was I'll have to get in the server and see what it's like, but it was all topside around. It was all around the top side. It was like a big train, but what would happen is if somebody made a mistake in front of them, even just the slightest, everything would get stacked up, and then everybody would have to dip, dodge, and duck low, and then all hell broke loose after that. So it's certainly going to be exciting. Yeah,
no doubt. And, you know, one thing I like about it is pretty much, you know, street stocks are close to what you would be a full-bodied, well, it really is a full-bodied style car, so pretty much like a stock car on dirt. I mean, this is probably some of the earlier first dirt tracking is out here, because, you know, hey, if you go back, I know all you dirt guys, men, don't like to talk about the oval side of things, but if you take it back in the history of oval, that did start on dirt. So a lot of this here we're going to see tonight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so a lot of this here tonight is going to take us back to the old school days here when you saw full-bodied style cars on the dirt tracks.
Oh yeah, and like you said, they're full body cars. So that means you got, you know, you got very good quarter panels, and you can sure beat and bang with the front end of these ones. So.
Going to be a fun one here, man, and I tell you what, it's going to be interesting to see what these guys can pull off here tonight, because again, it's some of the best here that iRacing has to offer, the VLR guys. And speaking of VLR, folks, this coming Tuesday, we got a huge event, and I'm proud of myself here at OSR Network, alongside with the race spot out there, and I'm going to have Tommy Rowe up in the booth with me, but we're taking on Server 1. And for that event, it's coming this Tuesday. It's a Race for Hope, and it 74, I believe is what it's called. But they're going to pull them things out there, and it's going to be an awesome. And the prize, I think, is over $5,000 right now. David, I believe you're racing in that thing, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm in there, and I'm going to be in Server 1, and I can tell you right now, it is stacked. You know, there's some good guys in Server 2, but I'll already start the trash talk. Server 1 is completely stacked, and it's sure to be a good show. Absolutely,
and you know, we're going to watch that coverage. It starts at 8 o'clock Tuesday night. Obviously, I'm going to be doing it on OSR Network on YouTube, Twitch, but it's also going to be on TeamVLR.com on their Facebook page. Check it out live Tuesday night, June the 19th. It's going to be awesome, and obviously Race Spot's bringing Server 2, and then they're going to bring the feature part of the race, and I believe they're going to hold that on iracing.com and the iRacing, I believe, Facebook side of things. So it's going to be a full night of awesome racing, a lot of drivers, a lot of talent out there, a lot of money on the line too.
Yeah, just to see the purses nowadays to get where they are for big and even smaller shows is just mind-boggling to me. Like I always used to say, when we're racing for anything more than $50, we're overpaid, because you know, at the end of the day, we're just sitting home and playing video games. So it's real awesome. We can even get people like Ben Shelton out here in the booth, and you can see how VLR is just paving the way for big events in dirt iRacing.
Yeah, well, you know, iRacing in general, they have just they've upped their ante here in the last couple, in the last year, I'm gonna say, really. Obviously, they've always had the peak antifreeze, which is, you know, NASCAR backed. They've had the other roadside series stuff is backed, and now with the new additions with dirt, has opened up a whole new ball field and a whole new ball game for things to come up. In the past year, a little over a year now, it has been, you know, fantastic. And like you're talking about VLR, they're out there really leading the way on a lot. You got a lot of great leagues out there. You got a lot of great things, and you're right though. When we talk about dirt, man, you guys have got, you know, I can't drive it, but guys like yourself and all these guys out here, y'all got a world of opportunity to make money doing what you enjoy doing.
Oh yeah, and anybody who, you know, might be afraid of dirt, or, you know, think might shy away from it a little bit after seeing some maybe, you know, not so good races. Some, you know, things get dicey sometimes, and some races there might be a caution fest, but it's really the races where, when you do get to race with other good drivers and you have a really good race on dirt, and you just swap the lead back and forth a bunch of times, you'll quickly fall in love with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, Joshua, just to give you a heads up, go to TeamVLR.com on Facebook. And check them out. Obviously, that's where you're at now watching, but check it out. I believe they do have a list of where the servers are, the list of drivers that are in those servers. So just go and check that out right there, and you'll be able to find pretty much about all the info you need as we're heading off here into qualifying right now. But, you know, you're right. I mean, now, when I say as far as dirt goes, David, I mean, I got enough trouble, man, walking straight and trying to drive these things sideways.
Yeah, man, like even in the practice race, I was just trying to, you know, I haven't driven the street stock in a long time, and, you know, like I said, it being easy or underpowered, but I was spinning my wheels, and my tail end was already coming around, you know, just because I haven't raced them in a while. So, you know, even the easier cars can be difficult, that's for sure.
You know, and that's the fun thing about dirt.
Oh yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah, throwing these things sideways. Right now, we'll see who comes up here, because, you know, even though these are some of the best of the best, we're used to seeing them in a sprint machine or in a super late model or UMP. It's something different here tonight, and that's why I kind of love this VLR the Midnight Madness series here. It's kind of the title speaks for itself, folks. I don't really have to sell it on you. Midnight Madness. I mean, come on, we're midnight, a bunch of madmen up here, late nighters, and these guys, man, are out here, madmen on the track and have fun. But I love what Tommy Rowe's done. He's mixed it up week in and week out with different cars, different tracks, and just kind of making it unique and not the same thing over and over. Test these guys, I guess, skill, so to speak.
Oh yeah, like well, now he just got taken off the top spot, but remember last week Lewis Hewitt was the last car to make the field, and this week he's up there in the top 2 with a different car, different track combo. So it really can bring out the different talents of different drivers.
Oh yeah, no doubt. You're right. Last week, man, he struggled. We thought he would be bad fast, but came out, he struggled big time. Tonight, boy, he's looking really good, and I call him Jeremy Capone, you know, the gangster. Man's got I know, he's got the mafia out there, man. I'm telling you what, hey, look, don't say too much about him. He'll come over here and try to shoot us in the booth. But Lewis Hewitt, we give him the name at virtualreality.tv, Money in the Bank, because, boy, he's won about all the money he can over there so far. So Mr. Cash sitting second right now in qualifying.
I'm going to say look out for bad Brett Wheeler. He's still got to qualify. He's coming out here to race tonight, so we'll see what he can do out in these street stocks.
Yeah, I call him the legendary man from down under in Australia, Brett Wheeler out there. Let's see if he can wheel that machine around here at Limaland Speedway here tonight. He's yet to make his qualifying run. It will be interesting to see. He's got the 97.
That one ain't going to count.
No, that one ain't going to. Well, let's... He did push it up to 8th spot, so let's see what he's got. He's riding up on that cushion pretty high. That's what I noticed about these cars. They want to sit up there on that cushion pretty high.
Yeah, that's how it was in the practice race. It was like, it's in the latest patch, Limaland, people used to joke that it was kind of like the side of a mountain, but there was a part where, like, above the cushion where it was very, very steep. And after a patch, it kind of got smaller and a little bit smoother and harder to drive and get up on it. But in the practice race, that's right where you had to be. So now they got an even smaller side of the mountain, so to speak, to race on.
You know what? And it's a fine line between disaster, risk versus reward. And Brett Wheeler right there looks like he's going to stay in the 8th place spot. And I think that's pretty much going to conclude qualifying for us here. And I believe Jeremy Capone's going to be the man up top, unless Kendall Tucker out there can make another bad fast run here. We'll see. He's looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, I believe he qualified pole in that practice race. If he at least had the fastest lap, I know that. So, I don't know if he tapped it there. Oh.
Well, he jumped the cushion coming off the turn on that one. Yeah, he's all up on the wall. He's trying to climb that thing now. I think 12 places all he's got.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see this week now with Jeremy. I think he finished 2nd or 3rd last week in the UMP Modifieds with behind Dylan Hauser. So this week he'll get the start up front and he won't have to worry about passing anybody. So he'll just be trying not to make a mistake out there in front of Lewis and the rest of the field. Absolutely,
and like I say, the top 5 right there is a who's who of names. Jeremy Capone right there, Lewis Hewitt, Cole Newhoffen, James Edison right there, and Randall Carter all around in the top 5 as of right now. And Brett Wheeler, he was able to move it up in the 8th. Got Drew Phillips there, Virgil Graham, Ryan Gordon, and Garrett Nieberge all in the top 10. So, wow, well, just a who's who stacked field of names here.
Yep, quite a few regulars and a couple other guys like Ryan Gordon and James Edison there coming in tonight. So we'll definitely see. Not exactly the car count we've had in the past, but still the same amount of heavy hitters.
Yeah, well, let's go down to the starting grid here because Jeremy Capone puts it on pole here tonight. Lewis Hewitt, the money man, sitting in 2nd. Starting in 3rd place, Cole Newhoffen. James Edison sitting in 4th place. 5th place, Randall Carter. 6th place, you got Virgil Graham sitting in the 7th place spot. Drew Phillips, 8th place. There we go. The man himself, Brett Wheeler. Starting in 9th, Ryan Gordon. And around the top 10, Garrett Nieberge. As we look through the rest of the field, hey, it's going to be a beating, banging affair here. I mean, these guys pretty much are racing it out. 55 laps out here on the board. It's going to be an awesome run.
Oh man, 55 laps. Even at a track this short, if you're out front, it just feels like forever. You know, with you might get a long green flag run, or what feels like a long green flag run, but it only might be 8 or 9 laps, and you're already sweating in the car.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, these guys, man, are gearing it up here to getting these things, man, fired up. And we're getting fired up here in the booth as I've got the Hallomaniac man himself up here. He's going to flex his muscles like he does on the dirt tracks. And folks, if y'all want to see David Heileman, y'all can check him out this Tuesday. And I imagine you could catch him on probably some other shows here throughout the week, because he's just a dirt maniac.
Yeah, we know we'll have the pro late model race at Eldora. That's only one on the schedule so far this weekend, but yep, can't wait. Race for Hope, $5,000 pot. It's gonna be good. Full night.
Gonna be insane that night. I tell you what, you're pumped up for that. And just like what we're gonna see here, these guys here tonight are about to be excuse me, insane here. I'm already getting choked up as the pace truck's in. Here we go. We're going green flag racing, street stock style here, folks, with the street stocks. Those stock cars on the dirt, and you're already seeing these guys, man, get up there and lean on each other as they are 2 and 3 wide in the back.
Oh, Jeremy wasn't even able to clear Lewis on that start, so he's going to have to slog into second position. So already Jeremy wasn't able to hold on to that lead.
No, it wasn't. Lewis Hewitt moves it up top. Look at Jeremy already up into the wall. Kind of checks the field up just a little bit. Virgil Graham there. I got a feeling we're going to see that. It just look, you know, you said that earlier, David. These cars look, it looks a lot slower, as we got a caution out here, 37's around Randall Carter. These cars look a lot slower going around the turns than a sprint car or a late model.
Oh yeah, for sure. But when cars that are slower, what you got to do is be more precise. Because like I said, you can't make the little mistakes. A little bobble cost you a lot more than in like a 410 sprint car. You can make 1 or 2 or even more mistakes in a corner, but still be kind of fast, because everybody's going to be making that. But when cars are this slowed down, you got to be very precise. And when Jeremy, already lost the lead, fell in the line, then got the wall again, he's going to want to get a couple laps so he can get in a groove.
Yeah, right there. Too bad about Randall Carter. Just, wrong place, wrong time. Got contact with somebody. Spun around in the middle of the track, so he's back in the back. Hey, what's up there, old fishy? How you doing? Sweet. Bloom quit. Well, I don't know what that means, but okay. Sounds good. We're going back green flag racing here. And what we saw there at the first part, Lewis Hewitt taking the lead on Jeremy. Cole Newhoffen right behind him. You got James Edson right there alone. The pace truck's pulling him around. Ducks off on pit road. Lewis Hewitt, well, he grabs the hammer and drops it, as they're going to go almost think about 3 wide behind him.
Lewis wasn't going to leave that one up to chance on losing that top side. He went there and forced his way up there. And trouble in the back. Garrett Nieberge upside down flipping.
Yes, he is, the 19 machine. Wow, let's go and see that again, because that's one good exciting thing about cars. Oh, yeah, he's up into the catch fence, and I'm used to seeing that a lot, man, on the NASCAR side. Cars just flying up into the fence and all into the walls. Garrett Nieberge went for a ride right there.
It's got to suck for him. Him and Randall are really good buddies and are always racing together, and they got the back end of the horseshoe tonight so far.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I hate to see that on like you just said here. Well, we're under lights here at Limaland. Caution 2 here, 47 to go in this one. And folks, I know guys out there like, well, man, they're all going. They're out there having a lot of cautions. Well, I tell you what, iracing.com. Get your wheel, get your computer, and get it all set up. Come on out here. I guarantee you, you're going to find it a lot harder than we're showing it up here.
That's for sure, man. It's I'm sure like I said, there's a lot of laps still left, and I'm sure they'll get in a good groove, and then we'll really see some tight racing here. So let's see if Lewis can get back up the guy outside.
Yeah, it is. Pace truck's in. Here we go. And Lewis Hewitt wasting no time dropping a hammer. He is gone. But on the inside, Cole Newhoffen right there. He's going to try to go door to door and slam a little bit with Jeremy. As back behind him, they are 3 wide back in the back of the field.
Yep, as Cole's trying to slot himself in right in front of Brett Wheeler, and he makes it work. He may have not been clear, but he got his spot, and Brett was lifted for him, so he's going to get to the 4th spot.
GJ Kelenowski, man, unfortunately slid in the back. No caution. Wow, normally that would have put it because he was right there in the middle of the track. But back here in the back, just real quick, because we got action up front, the middle, and the back. You got Blake Garrett right there in the 10th place spot. He's battling out, taking that low line. They're too wide coming out of the turn.
That was one thing I was wondering if we'd see is, big slide job by Ryan Gordon there, was if somebody would try to actually shift. I was trying it in the practice race. I had no luck at all. But if they could run that bottom and they might shift down to 3rd gear and they could maybe get it to work that way.
You know what? That's a good observation there. I have no clue, but you're right. I would think if they get that thing, man, just wound up and traction-wise and throw it sideways, probably get them through the turn momentum. Good battling going on the back here, though.
Yep, Rocky Battenfield working that inside of there of the Blake Garrett and the 24 car of Hunter Funderburk.
Yeah, you're right. Right there, Blake Garrett, Rocky Battlefield back here in the mix. And, the 21 almost taking a ride. That's Hunter. He held on to it, though.
Yep, good save. That's Randall Carter trying to come back up through the pack. Is Rocky's still making that inside work alongside Hunter there. So good side-by-side racing in the back.
Man, yeah, it is. Let's check back up front. Lewis Hewitt has checked out a little bit on Jeremy Capone. James is right behind him. He's got his hands full, though. Cole Newhoffen's there. He's going to try to see if he can't move it, but looks like those guys on the top side, they've all kind of figured out that high side's where to be.
Yeah, Cole working the back of James Edison here, going to slide up, and you want to be able to keep it straight out of the corner, but sometimes that rear end, especially out of 2, you got to watch out because there's that opening in the wall, and the wall kind of comes in towards you, and your rear end likes to slide out and sometimes tank slap that. So it really hurts momentum down the straightaway.
Best battle probably right now has got to be back where Rocky Battlefield is, along with Blake Garrett, but they're moving in right there on Brett Wheeler. Brett's kind of having a little bit of hard time, and look at that. Rocky's got his hands full with the 257 machine.
Well, I wonder what kind of gear he's got, because he's making that work. He's going somewhere, Rocky, in the bottom side. He's trying to get it up inside of Brett Wheeler now, and that's for about the 9th position.
Yes, it is. Brett's up high using the cushion there with these cars and the street stocks. But, boy, Rocky is held down to that low line, and he's definitely getting that thing to spin around here on all 4 tires, and he's been able to make a move. Lost a little ground that time as Brett's trying to work over Randall Tucker there in front of him, the 00.
Yeah, I think Randall Carter even he's trying to work the bottom side a little bit now. I think he saw Rocky was kind of making it work, and he said, well, I got to go somewhere to pass him. So, as the 251 gets sideways in front of him, so that's going to allow Carter to move up another spot.
Yeah, I tell you what, let's go with kind of a wider view just show you, because this place is so small, getting around here, you can almost see the whole thing from this one shot, see the whole race kind of sitting up in the booth or whatnot. But, man, right now, good battle between, I'm going to say Randall Carter. Lewis Hewitt, though, he's catching lap traffic. Now, here's where it's going to be dangerous for him.
Yeah, his last lap was a 15.2, and Capone's was a 15 flat. So, yep, he's got about 4 cars working the outside lane, so he's going to have to try that low side and see if he can get it working like Rocky. Otherwise, Jeremy's going to catch him really quick. It's contact there with the 24 car.
And that's just the risk right here that happens on dirt. He understands, man. He just pushes the 24 out the way and right on out the track. We got to watch that again.
Traffic. Oh, it's still contact in the back.
Oh, let's go watch that again, because they were beating and banging. And I know the frustration of the leader there. He's trying to get around, but he kind of slid up. The 24 went and did a wall ride and then almost just went right on out there and then flipped over. And boom. Came back around and almost hit him again. Ow.
Yeah, props to DJ for staying in that when he was on the wall, but it was just unfortunate. When you're the leader, when you're out front, Lewis had no reason to, try that bottom side for a couple laps, and so it might have been just a case of, going down there for the first time, staking the gas a little too much, and that's what pancaked Kalinowski into the wall. But
two, David, at that point he probably saw the relative closing in from Jeremy in the back, and you panic. I mean, that's just pretty much what it is, because And I've said this before, you know, again, I reference it to the oval side of things. In oval, when they're like that and they're going around lap traffic, they usually can be a little more finessed and fatigued. Here on dirt, anything can happen as pace trucks in. So if Lewis Hewitt goes, yeah, it can happen fast. And Lewis Hewitt takes off, and boy, they're 3 wide behind him again. Now look at this, the 20 of James. He gets a good run on Jeremy.
Yeah, I wonder if Lewis either has a higher gear or Jeremy has a lower one, because he's really getting the better end of him on the restarts. His 20's going to have a good run on Jeremy here, but he's not going to take it. He's going to follow him into the corner. As Jeremy gets a little stuck up contact, that's going to have Cole to check up, and he's going to be right on him on turn 2.
Yes, it is. I'm going to go back here, Brett Wheeler, because he's tearing the wall down coming into the turns. He is riding that cushion coming out of it and the number 56 machine, but I'm watching what you're talking about. Cole Newhoffen right there on the back deck lid of James. And you kind of get off of him a little bit right there as Virgil Graham is, and we're in the caution. I think that was the 331. Let's see what happened. 2 cars in front of him beating and banging a little bit. No, and he just got a little bump in the rear. Yep, just kind of one of them all checkup type deals.
Yeah, unfortunate for him, but he should be able to, I don't know, to get that thing straightened out. He took it to pit road, so he's going to lose a lap. He might have already been a lap down, but yeah, just tough, tight racing deal. You know, even when you're that low on the racetrack here, sometimes, you know, you even get caught up in stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, just by watching these cars out here, fun to watch. They look like a handful either way. Like you said, you've got to be it seems like you got to be a lot more finessed with these machines.
Yep, for sure. As you saw, like I said, once one thing happens, everybody's going to react differently, but all it takes is one small bobble for everything for a big chain reaction to happen, especially when everybody's all tight on restarts.
Yeah, and the 13, Lewis Hewitt's waiting for the pace truck to go. He's going to drop that hammer on that machine, and he is gone. He wants to get that high line. Well, Jeremy didn't get to jump that time, but the 20 machine there, James did, and James is going to take the second spot.
Clear?
Man, I'll tell you, look at that pile up right there in the turn.
Yeah, everybody keeps it straight, but 2x2 in the back, but a new second-place runner in James Edison. We'll see if what he can do. Is Kendall Tucker is riding the wall. He tried to pull a DJ there, but he just saves it, and we're all going straight. No.
Boy, I tell you, Drew Phillips and them were in the caution, but man, those guys, wow, back in the back, and that looks like the 21 machine of Hunter. Let's go back on the replay, see what happened. Looks like we got a little help. Yeah, got a little sideways, got a little help. Next thing you know, in the 24, nowhere to go. Wrong place, wrong time. Wham.
He's running on top of everything tonight. DJ Kalinowski here. He's got a car under him and a wall under him. So
hey, poor guy.
He's getting his money's worth.
Yeah, no doubt. Look, I've always said this, David. There's 2 ways, man, if you got a sponsor to get on the air. 1, either win the race and be out front, or 2, wreck a lot. You're going to get on the highlight reel somehow. Now, what is the 20 doing? He's out there trying to ride the wall.
Oh, yeah, the 257 also. He's got a hold of the little orange barrier in the infield. Not sure what he's doing. I think his front end's crooked and he can't get the pit lane.
Now, you know what? Taylor out there said the exact words, and I didn't really think about it. It is a 1-lane asphalt race. Almost, you can kind of put this as the green flag flies and those who waste no time. You can almost say we're at the Bowman Gray of dirt right now, because it's pretty much what it would be like, because that track would be pretty much just a 1-lane, cluster, and Brett Wheeler's all over the place.
Oh yeah, Brett's on the inside making contact with the 55 car. Can they unhook? They do, but that's going to cause Garrett. He's going to lose a lot of momentum and position from that. I'm
about to get on Brett right there. He's trying to get him in Minorio in the middle of the race. He needs to be concentrating on trying to keep that thing straight. The 56 machine of Brett. Boy, he just got a little wiggly there in the back.
If you ask him, he'll say he was 100% under control and had that all calculated, that situation figured out.
Yeah, and he had his milk and cookies along with it too. Boy, I tell you, back up front, Lewis Hewitt is the man here possessed, and he's doing a fine job about his out front.
What happened to James Egan? There's a second place running car. I don't know where he went.
He blinked out.
Oh, tough luck. We call that a mechanical failure in the iracing business, but that's going to allow Lewis to have a big lead over second place Cole Newhoffen now.
Yep, sure does. Virgil Graham's going to be right there in third, but you're right. Let's go back here to Randall Carter because he's got his hands full with old Drew. Got that nice looking machine out there. Drew in the 50. He's running up in about the 6th place, and Brett, he's still back here in the back, chomping at the bit to try to get around. Now, they got a few lap machines in between them. DJ Kelenowski, you better watch out. Kelenowski likes running over people tonight.
Oh, it gets a little out of shape right there, but he's all right. I'm sure Ryan Newman's out there somewhere. He doesn't want to get on another car on top of him. He's looking for cover out there. But,
that's right.
Brett's trying to work the outside of him and get back up to Gregorio car.
Absolutely. We got about 8 to go here for old Lewis Hewitt out front. Just watching these guys here in the back, though. Tommy Rowe, rolling with DJ Kelenowski. They're just kind of spread out all over the track, just flying around this place.
Yeah, I don't know what Lewis has figured out. Maybe it's the sprint car experience, but I mean, he is in a different bracket than these guys. Every time I look, he's pretty much running a 14.7, and that time he gets a little out of shape, but everyone behind him is maybe dipping into a 15.9 or they're 15 and above.
Yeah, and he's riding that wall, riding that cushion well. Now, he's going to catch this lap traffic, and it's all going to be the point of, do you push the envelope to try to get around this lap traffic, or do you just ride? Because he's got a pretty good lead right now.
Yeah, we'll see. The first time it didn't go too well for him, so maybe this time he'll be a little more patient if he knows he has this big of a lead. But it's just really interesting now he's into the wall once, but how much that, how much maybe a sprint car experience can carry over at a track like this for, street stocks.
Absolutely. Cole Newhoffen there still in the 2nd place. We've got 3 to go here at Limaland Speedway for the VLR Midnight Madness. Street stock excitement going on here tonight. Good running, just going through the field, looking through here is Brett Wheeler. He's back there still marred in some lap traffic, though.
Yeah, you better hurry up. It's going to be 1 to go for Lewis coming out of turn 4. But he ain't slowing down at all, as he might have to this time, as he is just in a gaggle of lap traffic.
Yeah, at this point, man, he's going to take that white flag. I think I'd be like, look, he's going to try to go around old Brett Wheeler. Oh, he makes contact. Yeah, he wants to lap him, but here it comes out of the last turn. Is he going to be able to get him? Nope. Comes across the line. Lewis Hewitt's going to take, the win here tonight. Boy, I tell you what, that was a fun little run right here tonight for the Midnight Madness.
Yeah, I think he definitely will get some bragging rights over Brett for that. I don't know who in the right mind would go for that on the final lap. Okay. Yeah, we got a nice long green flag run in there at the end, which I thought we would, and overall some good racing. Man,
no doubt about it, man. I love calling the races here like that. And let's see who's up here. Maybe we can get a chit-chat with. That's Cole Newhoffen's up here, so that's cool. Bring him down here. Don't know if Lewis Hewitt's up here. Don't see him. And Virgil Graham, don't see him either. So that's one thing, folks, man. Not everybody, comes up in here.
And Cole and Lewis were having a little
yeah, they're fell over
with both of them on their lids.
Yeah, it's a good picture right there, folks. So there you go. Well, let's bring old Cole up here and get to talk with him. Cole, Joe White and Boo, got a copy?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be able to climb out of that car? That's upside down right now.
I'm waiting for the safety crew. They're not coming.
Oh, gotcha. Well, we were just wondering up here, me and Davis, make sure you was all right, because you just kind of fell over. I mean, hey, take us back to your race, man. How was the track? And those cars looked like they were just a handful and fun to drive.
They're fun to drive. It's just really hard to pass on that track when it's just slot car on the top. But I guess just got lucky. I rarely drive these cars, so I don't know.
Hey, finished out in second, man. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Sim Speed Shop, Team Friday, Dirt Division, and Team VLR.
All right, man. Tell you what, look fun out there. Congratulations for second place.
Thanks.
All right, well, we do got Lewis Hewitt down here, so he did make it out of his car, up underneath it, and we're going to bring him up here and get a talk with him. Lewis Hewitt, Joe Eidenbooth, got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy, Joe.
Lewis, I tell you what, man, Well, first off, was you able to make it out of that car, or kind of fell over there at the end?
Yeah, we crawled out and doing okay.
You're doing all right. Good. Well, you had a handle on this track. And David up here, he noticed there that you had figured something out, man. You got to tell us. Hey, it looked fun out there, but that top side looked like it was coming in. What did you figure out at this place?
I just wasn't backing off. I was just sending it into the corner and getting up onto that cushion and holding it around the top.
I mean, and it worked for you. I mean, you was able to stay there. Now, another question here. I know David brought this up. What kind of, did you obviously have a high gear on that thing, or sort of a lower style gear to get off the starts? Because it looked like you was getting off better starts than what Jeremy and them were.
Actually, I thought I had a pretty high gear. You know, I talked to Brett and what he was running, and mine was lower than that. So it was, yeah. The starts, I don't know. In the starts, I was just watching when the pace car went in and nailing it in third and taking off.
Oh, yeah.
Why were you taking lessons from Brett? You just about got him lapped there at the end of the field. Why couldn't you get him lapped down there?
Look, I was nice to Brett there. I could have had him. I backed off a little so that he didn't go a lap down. But yeah, he's generally he's faster than me in street stock, so I had to ask him.
Hey, it was a good run. It looked fun out there. I mean, the guys were having a lot of fun. I mean, obviously, it's what I was telling the people out here. You know, it's something different that we normally see. Y'all stepping out of the sprint cars, out of the UMPs, out of the pro late models, into a full-bodied actual stock car style, and bringing them onto the dirt here. And it looked interesting. Man, got anybody you want to thank for the win tonight here, Lewis?
Yeah, they are a really fun car to race, these ones. But yeah, just want to thank you guys for broadcasting this. Tommy and Team VLR for hosting it, and TTL Esports for sponsoring me and helping me out.
Well, I'll tell you what, we call you Mr. Cash, Money in the Bank, and you cashed it in tonight, man. Good job on the win.
Thanks very much, guys.
All right, we'll tell you what. Well, real quick, we'll just go ahead. Brett, what do you think about that race, man?
If I didn't get fed a wheel by Phillips, I would have been okay. But yeah, this car was just off tonight. I just flat out sucked.
Well, it looked like he's having fun, and I gotta admit, at one point out there, I was wondering if you was just trying to get a bite of some Oreos while you was out there.
No, yeah, that car fed me a bunch too in warm-ups too. So, so it seems as though if the faster guys were out there, they had a target on there, and I guess I had the biggest target.
Hey, no doubt about it. But you had fun.
Oh,
to be fair, you had a 100% win percentage. Am I wrong in Midnight Madness coming in? So that might explain the biggest target at your back a little bit.
Yeah, well, you know, when you only race once or twice, 100% is all you could ask for. But I just sucked tonight. Got under Lewis on the win. He was the class of the field.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We'll tell you what, man. Congratulations out there, Brett. Man, looked good. Like I say, he was having fun either way. But man, I liked it. Liked looking at it. I tell you what, let's get our rundown order here. Lewis Hewitt. Hey, we call him Mr. Money in the Bank, Mr. Cash himself, the man from down under, putting it in victory lane. Cole Newhoffen there in second. Virgil Graham third. Call him Jeremy Capone. He's the gangster himself out there in fourth. Randall Carter fifth. Drew Phillips up in the sixth. Hunter whatever his last name is, and finished in seventh. There's Mr. Brett Wheeler, the legendary man from down under, finishing in eighth. Matthew Hammer in ninth, and DJ Kelanowski rounds out the top 10 here as we look through the rest of this order. Some guys had some good nights, some had bad, some just had fun out here. I mean, I tell you what, David, you got any final words?
No, you just sung it. Like, some good nights, some bad nights, but just having fun. And trying to look what we got next week. I think it might be midgets, and those will be some crazy little guys.
Absolutely, man. The guys lifting the wheels off the air and going around here, flying around this place. Well, until then, folks, everyone, hope you appreciate it. We're leaving Limaland here tonight. Everyone have a good night.